everyone, and good morning. It is Saturday, November 9th, and we are back with Sarasota Spotlight featuring Adrian Tolentino with Dry Pro Inc. So we are so happy and just so grateful that you could take time this morning to come on the podcast and explain what your position is with the company as far as what you guys are looking forward to doing here in the future. So just so everybody knows, Dry Pro is a 24/7 mold, fire, and water remediation. So tell me all about you, Adrian, because I've known you in the business. I've seen you around. I've certainly won some amazing raffles that you've hosted here and there, but tell me about you. I see you've got an amazing Christmas tree in the background. So
Yes.
we are ready
So
for holiday season.
we're ready. Yes, we're ready to celebrate something good.
Yes,
Well, no, first,
absolutely.
Kelly, thank you for having me. I love doing stuff like this. I've focused, super hyper focused this year on marketing my business. I want everyone to know Dry Pro Inc. So, like you said, water, fire, and molds, what we do every single day. But the most recent, we've been working three storms in a matter of a couple of months. So that was very out of the ordinary. So with Debbie and then Helene and Milton, and they all brought on their own challenges. But the majority of the business recently has been storm work, but by no means we're a storm chasing company. We're local, Manatee, Sarasota County, water damage. Like, you're in the business of real estate, so you've seen all the things that can happen in someone's home. So
And
anything,
luckily, it's never happened to any of my clients other than a couple of roof leaks. So I'm
yeah.
very grateful for not having to use your services just
Of
yet.
course. And
So
it's what I tell everyone. I meet people, hey, who we are, what do you do, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, my company's this. I hope we never have to meet on those terms. But if something happens, now you have someone. And it
it's always
happens
great to have that great contact
for
ahead of
sure.
time because we're always wanting to position ourselves very, it, well, on a level of education where
Right.
we are only going to put the best in front of our clients so that
Absolutely.
they feel the value that we also give them. So having somebody like yourself for, just in case something happens,
Right.
gosh, that's so valuable, and we appreciate what you do in our community. But
Yeah. Thank you.
explain to me some of the processes that you have to go through because I've never had a house fire, thank God. I've
Thank
never
goodness.
had a house flood, thank goodness. And mold is just a part of Florida. For the most part, we live in mold conditions, but maybe not so much that it's affecting our health. But I'm actually really I'm really curious, like, what does fire remediation look like?
So yeah, fire, thankfully, we don't do a ton of them. They're usually very catastrophic, like it can be a small kitchen fire can impact your whole house. So really it's a giant cleaning process. You are cleaning everything. You're cleaning contents, you're cleaning walls, you're cleaning appliances, and then you're running a lot of equipment to just help dry because more than likely the fire department came out. So you're dealing with water and then you're also dealing with the fire and the soot. So air scrubbers and HEPA vacuuming, and it's a process. That's the best way to describe it. It's
Yeah.
absolutely a process. So yeah, fire, what seems like could be something small, really, if you walk into somebody's house and you can smell it, like it's probably in the whole house, and then you really have to treat all of it. So yeah, it's not a pretty thing, but like you said, process is a good way to describe it. It definitely can take some time, but we can get it done. We always do, but I was just like, I feel for the homeowners, because it's just a giant
Sure.
inconvenience. Like their clothing, their kitchen, everything, their flooring. Like if they have carpet, their carpet's got to come out because it's in the fibers of the carpet. So it's a process,
Yeah.
definitely.
So what does that look like as far as the air as well? Like, does the ductwork also need to be like switched out? Like,
Yeah.
how
So
extensive are we normally on average getting into for, like, let's just say your average small kitchen fire?
yeah, so we'll always partner with an AC company to check on the system itself, have them professionally assess what the duct work looks like, if it's a duct cleaning or a sanitization, or if it's something as more thorough as a replacement. So yeah, I mean, air quality is what we're doing every single day. So when we're done, we have to know that like the air quality is safe. So yeah, we're always partnering with different trades, but in particular with fire, yeah, we always are going to get an AC company to come out and check the AC unit. We are really good about staying in our lane. We don't do
Good.
AC, we don't do plumbing, we don't do electrical. We will call the experts in those fields, partner with them just as we expect them to do with us. So yeah,
Absolutely.
the AC always needs to be checked out and something like that for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mhm.
So when did you start? When did this business begin?
Yeah, so in 2016, I co-founded the company with my former business partner, and it was right before, I believe it was Hurricane Michael or Matthew, one of the M's in
Oh,
2016.
okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that one hit the other coast, and we had already been in talks about starting something. My former business partner had some experience in the industry, so we took some certifications, and then I've known him for a long time. So really, it was just about connections. He knew I was very connected, and trust. I had known him since I was 16. I'd known him over half my life. So we said, all right, let's start this thing. And we did it.
Okay, so I don't want to push any buttons here, but you mentioned former, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering, would you go back into business with a lifelong friend?
So huge learning experience. And, he's like a business mentor. He sort of had like a 5-year vision where I knew we could continue to grow this. So
Okay.
I bought out his partnership, his stocks in the company. So it was very amicable, that transaction. But I love having 100% say in everything. I
I
have,
agree.
yeah, I have an attorney friend of mine, and he said the quickest ship to sink is a partnership. And I
Oh,
love that.
oh yeah.
That's
That's
pretty
very
profound, right? Yeah.
yes.
So it's been great. So the last 3 years have been amazing. I've learned so much. I know my skill sets. I know what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. First thing I did was hire a bookkeeper. I said, I do not know bookkeeping. Take that off my plate. So yeah, but it's been amazing. It's been really good. So yeah, I think, are you off on your own now too? Is there some solo
I am,
thing? Are we
yes.
discussing that as well?
Yeah, sure. We'll discuss
Yeah.
it. I mean, a lot of what you just said resonated with me as well because I just left a team. And when joining real estate, it was a decision that I made for myself, knowing that I didn't have it in me to learn the ropes without having both of my hands held. And that was a really important step along the way where I'm entering the field as a plug and play type agent.
Hmm.
Everything is set up for me,
Right.
aside from not having bookkeeping or, maybe somebody to do my taxes for me. So,
Mhm.
there are things that they do set up for you business wise. Business planning is one of
Yeah.
them. They're always trying to encourage you to stay on your own track. It's not based on theirs, but you
Mhm.
do have to achieve a level of production each year. Otherwise, you don't earn the spot to be on the team. And so,
Sure. There's some
luckily,
healthy
I
pressure to
never really had
produce.
that. Say again?
There's some healthy pressure to produce.
Yes. And it's good. It's good to have pressure because, pressure definitely makes the challenges um, more flawless as they come into play. So when you get over one hurdle, it's not so scary the next time that
Mhm.
that comes about in the next transaction. So, for me, I had a really great experience. I didn't leave the team on bad terms.
Yeah.
It just wasn't where I wanted to be with my business. And when I would reach out about where I wanted my business to be, a lot of the times I felt like they just weren't listening.
Mhm.
Or, maybe it was something that they necessarily didn't provide within their brokerage or, wasn't an option within that brokerage. And, but they wanted retention. So, they're
Sure.
doing what they can to keep me there as long as possible. But in the end, I wasn't satisfied with where I was. And that was kind of eating me up for
Okay.
the past couple of months where I just didn't feel like um, I was where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So now
And you
I've
went for it,
positioned
taking
myself.
the plunge.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
love
you
it.
have
Congrats.
to. You
Congrats. Awesome.
can't grow being comfortable. Okay. And so while I was starting to become uncomfortable with where I was, had everything completely stayed the same, I would have never have seen my actual potential.
Mhm.
So I'm really grateful for where the team ended up and me disassociating with the team for a little period of time to see, like, how I felt being a single agent.
Hmm.
But even in that capacity, they were just, they were things that were more value to me elsewhere.
Yeah, of
So I had to make a jump and scare the crap out of myself,
course.
in
Yeah.
order to see what I can do. And it's a more exciting thing for me
Yeah.
to look forward
I
to.
can't wait to have a convo in 3 years, 5 years, and we look back and just that journey. Like it's really, it's special, and you learn so much about you and business and people and manage everything, everything. It's like the best thing
Absolutely.
to learn is doing
Yes.
it on your own. So yeah,
Yes. And
congrats.
I repeat this so often, but it's what you said. It's like, I'm not good at this, so I'm going to hire those that are professionals that know how to do that, because I'm not going to be the jack of all trade, and I'm not
Right.
going to pretend to be. What
Right.
I am experienced with, I will guide you towards those things. So, like for instance, I love landscaping. I
Hmm.
absolutely adore being outside. I like getting my hands dirty.
Yeah.
I know a lot about the different species of varieties of plants, what not to put right next to your property, what you should probably remove if the builder's putting it on your property for new construction.
Hmm.
So, there's things like that that I love to be knowledgeable about. Gosh, there's so many things that I've grown up learning about as far as hobbies, but, it's one thing to have a liability telling people something
Right.
that maybe isn't true. So
Hmm.
what I tell everybody all the time is, look, I'm going to do what I do best, and then I'm going to hire out the rest. So
Yeah.
when it comes to anything like fire, flooding, and molds, like, I'm not going to talk about that at all. I'm not even
Yeah.
going to engage in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, look, here's a number, here's my person. I need you to call this person and have that great conversation with them. Or if something comes up in inspection where, we have to have certain things either remedied or inspected, and maybe your inspection company that you hire doesn't cover that because it's a liability for them.
Right. Hmm.
So it's a great way for me to bring value to the table when I go, okay, so we have XYZ in your inspection report.
Hmm.
We just got this back. So tomorrow I have this person and this person and this person that's actually going to be coming to the second or third day of your inspection period, so that we actually have, some wiggle room in case
Right.
we needed to add somebody else or get another quote, or, you
Yeah.
just never know.
And as the realtor, you're the hub for the person. So they want you to
Yeah.
have the plumber, the painter, the electrician, the roofer, the mold guy, the everything. So
Yeah.
that's why that your relationship is so important, not just with the homeowner, but with your peers, because you want to have those go-to people because you are the hub. They call you for everything.
The last one that I got, which was kind of funny. So I have a lot of past clients that have moved here from out of state,
Hmm.
and oftentimes I'll get questions that are completely unhome related,
Right.
like, who would be a really great pediatrician in the area, or who should
Yeah.
I go to for dentistry, or who's a great massage therapist.
Hmm.
So it's so outside of the scope of just real estate.
Hmm.
I love being somebody's contact because I've set them up with the right vendors during their most important transaction.
Right.
And when it comes to the things that are not as important, they're still reaching out to me for, hey, where should we go to dinner tonight?
Right.
We're going
Which
to be
is
in this
great.
area.
Right. It just keeps that rapport. They're your clients for life. So
Yeah. And I
yeah,
love
that's
being
great.
that person. So it's nice. So,
Yes, and like when we
yeah.
get to a house, somebody's like, "Hey, do you know?" And I have, like, I almost take it for granted, but I'm like, "Yeah, my friend owns a plumbing business. My friend owns a handyman business. My friend, like, I have all, they're all my friends. They're my peers. We work with them every day, every
Yes.
week. So it adds a lot of value, a lot of
It
value.
does. And I can actually piggyback off of you when I'm hiring you and you're coming to service something and you're like, "Hey, I've already got a list of my professionals that we use as well. So I would highly recommend using these guys because they work really well with us."
Right.
Happy to work with,
Yeah, it's more
any of my
collaborating than
vendors like
everything.
that.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
collaboration. So yeah, no, I love it. But like again, congrats on that. I'm really happy for. I love to see
Thank
people like
you.
taking the
Thank you.
plunge. So
I'm very excited. It's just new and exciting. And, any new project just stirs up my creativity side. So many people don't know that I actually a natural born artist.
mhm.
So I grew up drawing and doodling, and then got into acrylic painting, got into ceramics. I got into photography. So anything that I can put together to like stir the creative brain inside of me just makes me so happy. So
Yeah.
this is a whole new venture. And yeah, it's been really hard to not keep the smile on my face.
Yeah, I can tell you're glowing. That's great.
Yeah, well, I hope so. So
Yeah.
tell me about Dry Pro and where you are currently
Mhm.
and where you would like to be in the next 5 years so that we can have this discussion 5 years
Yeah, for
from now.
sure. Yeah. So where we are today, like I said, we've been in business 8 years, we're growing and we're scaling, and it's always that like fine balance. So, we've added another vehicle to our fleet, we've added an administrative person, we've added some more staff, all in like, the last few months because there was an immediate need. But I
Yeah,
think we'll still continue to be able to use all of those resources after all the storm work. So I
sure.
think today, we're just trying to really finish the year strong, having our best year ever, which is always a good thing. Next 5 years is continue to grow and scale. So what I love about my business is that it's very mobile. So, like we've done work on the other coast, we've done stuff in Orlando, Tampa Bay area all day, Jacksonville. So depending on the referral source, if we know what we're getting into, we'll service it. So it'd be great to have an office in Orlando. It'd be great to have one a little bit north. So continue to grow the business is really it, having different offices where we can just continue doing what we're doing. I think that's just what we do best is the drying and the remediation. And we can do that anywhere in the state, do it well, making sure that the clients are taken care of. So originally I thought about franchising. I was like, you know what? Like, let's just keep it in the Dry Pro family. I think
Okay.
franchising, like you kind of have to have trust with someone that you may or may not know. And I said, you know what, let's just keep it here and we can just have a couple of offices throughout the state. And the mobility of the business is great. The vans are the office. That's where the equipment is. That's where the tools are. That's where the boys are. So we can go anywhere. So yeah, it's really just going to be growth, multiple satellite offices. Hopefully we're still doing what we're doing in 5 years. And I see just, bigger, brighter pastures and just growth. That's the goal. Continue to grow.
Are you currently working with someone to find you an Orlando setup?
So I have some contacts in Orlando. I went to school at UCF. So
Oh, very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Very
So I have
cool.
contacts over there. We've done some jobs over there, and then I've partnered. There's a giant firm that has a few of their public adjusters that I know pretty closely. So we've partnered on some jobs. So we've done some stuff already there. So if we grow it enough, maybe a small little operation there. So that's
Nice.
coming soon, hopefully.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me know when you're hiring because I would love to promote that as well. I know you guys are a great company. You're a great guy in
Thank you.
person, online, across the board. You've got a great reputation in the area. So, if I know anybody that's looking for a great job with someone and you're in the growth, phase,
Yeah.
let me know. I'd be happy to, grow you.
For
Grow
sure. No, I
for you.
appreciate that. The best thing you could say is like about like my reputation. Like it's something like I'm very conscious of, like, especially with all of this disaster stuff, there's a lot of out of towners. And like the first thing I tell people is like, hey, like I'm local, like I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to risk my reputation, my company for X amount of dollars. Like none of it is worth it. So yeah,
Exactly.
we try really hard to protect the brand and to do a good job and help as many people as we can, when catastrophe strikes, like we can't help everyone all at once. There's not feasible, but we do our best, and we just try to help and do it right. And I think that's where we can sort of stand out from our competitors. Like I do a lot of the initial inspections. I meet the homeowners, I shake their hand. Like we do the contracts usually in person. So most of my competition's not doing that. So that's how we've been able to grow and scale. As we grow and scale, that might tweak a little bit, but that's what's gotten us here. So I don't want to mess with that formula. Like I want everyone to know Adrian Dry Prep. That's the
Yeah.
goal. So that's
Yeah.
done it
And
so
you're
far.
doing great as far as like getting your name out there, being
Thank you.
present, especially in the real estate community. Like you
Mhm.
guys are making really smart marketing moves,
Thank
I
you. I
have to
appreciate
say.
it.
So just definitely keep that up. I hope I see you more out in the field in maybe my new brokerage.
Yes, for sure. And at more
Yeah, we'd
events
love to see you
too.
there. Yeah.
More events. So we were just business partners at the Women's Council of Realtors. So I walked the fashion show, my first and last probably modeling experience, but
Oh, don't say that. You were great. I was there. I was like
thank
right
you.
towards the end of the catwalk. So I got
Yeah,
a great
so
view of you. You did
I
wonderful.
blacked out both times. That's okay. But no, like that was fun. So I just want to do more stuff like that. So I'm a Soulman this year at the Wine, Women, and Shoes event. So We also have an event coming up on Tuesday, which I will send you all the information for.
Thank
It's
you.
called the Solman Sips Cocktails for a Cause. We partnered with J-Pan and Bar George on Tuesday night. So portion of proceeds for all of those sales are going to 40 Carats, the nonprofit.
I saw that. I
Yes.
literally just saw that today. So I didn't know if that was
Yep.
something that just happened this like last night or something like that. But I was
We'll
thinking that
send
it
you an
had
invite.
already taken place.
Yeah,
So
you, your team, everyone is welcome to come. So yeah, we're just trying to get a lot of people there to have some cocktails, have some drinks, some foods, and part of it's going to a nonprofit. So it's like the best thing to do on a Tuesday night. Go hang out with your friends and spend some money, and it goes to a good
absolutely.
cause. So yeah,
Absolutely. I'll
that's
be
all I want to
there.
do. Just marketing,
Yeah.
networking, and meeting, doing stuff like this. Thank you for having me. Like this is really
Oh,
fun.
of
I love
course.
doing stuff like
Yes.
this. Yeah,
You know, I'll come out. I'll definitely be there because I'm gonna
perfect.
actually be celebrating. I have a closing on Tuesday, so it'll be perfect timing for me, and
Time to
we can get
celebrate.
together, clink some drinks together, and
Yeah, that'd
enjoy
be
the
cool.
evening. So
I would
yeah,
love that.
I'll
I
see you
would
on
love that.
Tuesday.
Yes, you're more than welcome to come. Obviously, you're one of our friends and family of the Dry Pro family, so you're invited
Thank you.
for sure.
Thank you, sir. Well, thank
Yeah,
you so much for being here. So
for
those
sure.
that are watching, you can find Adrian online at
Yes.
dryproinc.com. So for fire, water, and mold remediation 24/7. They run a tight ship over there. They are constantly working on staying on track, and they're happy to help you. And they've got a great reputation. So why look elsewhere? So
Call
anyways,
us.
thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
And I will see you next week
All right.
on
Thank you so much, Kelly. I really appreciate it.
absolutely. Thank
Take
you. Have a
care.
good day.
You too. Bye bye.